Shalom Rakakodash, Shalom to the 144,000. The rest of you elect out there, Shalom to you all. And I'm going to title this video, make this super quick, Lord willing. This is a bad look for Harris. So you have here Kamala Harris from the Tribune. Kamala Harris criticized for $750 each, or I guess to a family, aid to Hurricane Helene victims as Trump raises millions. Kamala Harris faces backlash over a $750 relief for Hurricane Helene victims, while Trump's fundraiser raises millions. And I would guess he's raising millions for the victims. Vice President Kamala Harris is currently facing criticism after announcing that not 750,000, not 7,500, but only $750. That's not, you can't even pay the rent pretty much nowhere in America for a studio. Would be provided to Hurricane Helene victims through federal aid. So it's looking bad for her and Trump. It's looking good for Trump. And if she becomes the new queen of Babylon, there will be a civil war, in my opinion. I'm not pushing for one, but based upon, if you drive a car with enough gas to go 5 miles and you plan to go in 10 miles, I guarantee you're not gonna make it to the 10 miles. So if she becomes, Queen of Heaven, say during a visit to Augusta, Georgia, one of the hardest hit areas, Harris revealed the financial relief. Meanwhile, the migrants are getting billions. Ukraine is getting billions. Israel gets billions every year since they got over there to the land of Israel. A relief which will be, you get your head blown off and somebody offers you a Band-Aid. That's what she pretty much did, which will be distributed via FEMA. The aid is intended for immediate food needs and further support available for long-term damage and other 700. Your house is gone. You come back to where your house is and it's gone. The river done took it. It's gone. And other losses. The announcement followed the Biden administration's declaration of Georgia as a disaster zone on October. If it's a disaster zone, if it's a disaster area, they need major. We're talking about hundreds of millions, even maybe billions. Meanwhile, you got them sending aid to Ukraine and helping the migrants. So if she becomes a president, then you know why. So let me do this here. And none of you Israelites should be voting, period. Give me a second. Okay, she shouldn't be president because she's a woman. And none of you Jake men should be voting for her. 1 Timothy 2, verse 12, in the CEB, I do not allow a woman to teach or to have authority over a man. Instead, she is to remain quiet. I don't allow a wife to teach or to control her husband. Now you can read that in the King James if you want. So a woman's not supposed to be in a seat of authority. Okay, let me give you one more. And then, oh, well, I'll vote for Trump. You can't vote for Trump. Trump is an Edomite. One of the Caesars back in the day. Nero. Deuteronomy 17:14. When thou art come unto the land which Yahweh thy power give thee. He gave you this land to be a slave. This is the land. This is the land that was given. This is America is part of the land of Canaan. That's why the northern tribes knew to come here. So this is part of our land too. And shall possess it, and shall, well, let's talk about Israel, and shall dwell therein, and shall say, I will set a king over me, like as all the other nations that are about me. 15 verse. Thou shalt in any wise set him king over thee, whom Yahweh the power shall choose. Thou shalt in any wise set him king over thee, whom Yahweh the Most High shall choose, one from among thy brethren. Trump is not from among our brethren. And it said brethren, not sistren. Shalt thou set king over thee, and thou mayest not set a stranger over thee, which is not of thy brother. Brother is a man, masculine. Now this is a cut for Nate, but he shall not multiply houses to himself, nor cause the people to return to Egypt, to the end that he should multiply horses. Now, what does that mean? Brothers break this down the wrong way. It says, nor cause the people to return to Egypt, to the end that he should multiply horses. In other words, you got sellouts out there that'll get, the horses represent gifts. You got these sellout leaders that'll sell your people out. So that's what that's talking about. It's not so much talking about horses. So Nate was on that horse, right? And he was in Egypt. It says, neither shall he multiply wives to himself, that his heart turn not away, neither shall. In other words, you have a lot of women, you got to please them women. That's what the Apostle Paul said in 1 Corinthians chapter 7. But then our Lord Yahweh, B'Shem Yahushai, came back and told David, because of the sin he committed, 2 sins. He set up Uriah to be killed, set him in the hottest part of the battle where he was sure to die. So that was murder. He didn't actually pull his trigger, but he put the hit on him by setting him up to be murdered. And to commit adultery with Uriah's wife, which was Bathsheba, right? So the Lord told him, look, if you wanted women, I would have gave you such and such. If it was about a woman thing, I'd have gave you a woman. And King David did have wives and concubines, right? So when a man has many women, for the most part, his mind is not stayed on the Lord. That's why Paul said what he said. Neither shall he greatly multiply to himself silver and gold. You got a lot of these guys that was watching a video with Alazar, Peace Alazar, whatever his title is, and he was talking about the breakup between him and that knucklehead Hakar, that demon Hakar, and he was like mad over it, and he said we set up. So basically, that breakup was over money, you know. And that whole debate was to get this guy, this individual, Captain Zarek, to, take the, bite on the hook, so to speak, and be, reeled in to get a bigger audience. Which, like I said, debates are a waste of time. If you can't, if I'm gonna talk to some more, and I'm gonna tell him, and he keeps bucking up against what I'm telling him, that's gonna be a short conversation. Yeah, but if you go to this book and Noble Jew Ali said this and that, and the Moors, and we're Moabites, I'm looking at my watch, my phone, because I don't have a watch. I can't afford one. inside joke. Anyway, I don't wear jewelry or anything like that. I look at my smartphone. I say, yeah, I got to go somewhere. I don't want to talk to the guy no more. I don't have to sit down and have a debate. I shouldn't have to bend over backwards and do flips in the air to make you understand this truth. I shouldn't have to entertain you for this truth. You got a lot of guys that totally knocking you. You got guys with music in the background. What, you're not committing a sin, but I don't put music. I used to do that. I don't put that shit in there because I'm giving you the straight skinny. Somebody asked for directions to get to a particular place. I'm not going to say, hold up, brother. Let me put the right music. Hold up. Let me put the right song on while I'm giving you these instructions. So I'm giving you instructions, but you hear music in the background. Is that going to make him get to his destination quicker? No, you just come straight out and you say shalom, praises to Yahweh, B'Shem Yahushua, B'Shem Rakah Kodash, and you go right into it, man. That's it. You got a lot of these guys, like IUIC, a lot of these people that come into the thing is because of what? It's because of the gimmicks, man. Niggas like pageantry. Okay, so the Most High set up the prophets not to become super rich. It said, neither, this is for the king, shall the king multiply wives to himself, that his heart turn not away, neither shall he greatly multiply to himself silver and gold. And it shall be, when he sitteth upon the throne of his kingdom, that he shall write him a copy of this law in a book out of that which he before the priests, the Levites, and it shall be with him, and he shall read therein all the days of his life. So guess what? What is a king? A king is a supreme Levite. So why is the Most High telling me you got to get a copy of the law and you got to read it every day? You got to read the law every day. How many of you guys out there reading the law every single day? None of us. None of us. You know? But anyway, you know, based upon this thing, now she's going to have to, let me see something. I got to find that page again. Now she's going to have to answer to this. This is, you got a guy with his arm chopped off and you giving him a bottle of water. Oh, here, this will help you. Or you giving him a Band-Aid. And she looks like she doesn't even want to be there, man. She doesn't look presidential. She doesn't, you know that there's strings pulling her back. He got strings in his back too, but he does a lot of his own things, but he's an insider too. All right? Anyway, with that, I'm going to say shalom. I said I was going to make this short. On to the next. Shalom.